It was spinning. It was just spinning and spinning, and I couldn't figure out if it was going live or not. So I don't know if it came on for a second and I was just like there, but I didn't realize I was live. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I see Tony popping on and Loretta popping on. Oh my goodness. And Loretta has all of these little emojis there. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's Christy popping on. My goodness, that like really threw me off because it was just kind of spinning. So I know. I was probably just like waiting because on my side, I couldn't tell that it had started. So anyway, welcome. If you have seen a couple of posts, a couple of comments, I just realized about an hour and a half ago that today is 3/3. And the 3/3 is actually my anniversary here on Facebook of the day that I started my Facebook page. So it's a little celebration today. So we're going to celebrate just for a few minutes until or before I get to the actual day 3 of this 6-day series. So if you're just showing up today for the celebration, you're like in the middle of the whole 6-day series. You might have to go back and watch day 1 and day 2 because we're on day 3 today. But let me go ahead. I've got several people popping on. Hey there, I see Mandy, Linda popping on. There's Tamara. There's Linda up there. Happy Facebook anniversary. Yes. So very good. So you may want to turn down your volume just for a second because when I celebrate, like we do a celebration. So I have this right here to show up to celebrate. So you might want to just turn down your volume for a second because I'm going to do a little celebration because it's 3/3. Oh, it doesn't make a noise anymore. But look, let me see if I can get it to go right into the, there you go. That way it's like 3D. So it doesn't make any sound anymore. So it is a celebration because it's been 2 years now that I've been on Facebook, showing up, doing live videos, all of the things to have my own business, which was my dream 2 years ago, to be able to have my own business and do what it is that I love and teach people and share about being creative and all of that fun stuff. So last year, if you watched on 3/3, I did a video in the evening, huge celebration, took me like 2 weeks to get through all of the comments and everything because Facebook would only let me comment to 50 people per day. So it took me like 2 weeks to get to all the comments. But today, and I had prizes. I had all kinds of prizes. So today, I already had our day 3 that I was going to share about today. So I don't have the amount of time and all of that since I just realized like an hour ago that it was the anniversary. But I do have a little prize pack right here. I have a little prize pack. And I'm going to show you a few things that are in here real quick. But I'm going to give it away to somebody who's here live. And I see, oh, there's, hey, Michelle showing up. Hey, Melissa. Oh, my goodness. Hey there, Annette. So I'm going to give away to somebody who is live. And it's a little prize pack that I have of some things that usually go into my subscription box. So I have a little Starry Night artwork. And then I have a little bag inside here of all kinds of fun little things. And this is the little prize pack that I'm going to give away. Here's a little handmade bookmark that I had made. There are some stickers in here. I've got some Van Gogh stickers. There are some other little stickers. There's a little, turn it this. No, that's the right way. So the United States there. And then I have this beautiful little stencil mandala, kind of like stencil there. So that's the little prize pack that I'm going to give away. And here is who it's going to go to. So without cheating, you cannot look and cheat. Today is the day that I consider my anniversary of when I started my Facebook page. But it's actually the day that I made it live. So before that time, I had it on Facebook. I started the page on Facebook, I just didn't share it out to anybody. So I want you to guess in the comments what the date that you think, without going to my page, without going to look, without cheating, what date do you think that it was that I actually started this page and started to put things on the page, started to build it out? I just want you to guess. And then I'm going to pick somebody, and I have a little Post-it note here that I'm going to write the name on this envelope, and I should be able to send it out. The mail's already come today, so I should be able to send it out tomorrow. So what date do you think? Mandy says that she loves the stencils. So, it already went by. Okay, so I'm just going to pick from somebody who guessed, and then I'll tell you what the date is. So we've got like, Annette says March 9th. So it would have been before March 3rd. Today is the day that I made it live. So it would have been before March 3rd. So I've got February 14th. So that's kind of fun. Art and AM, March 17th. I've got February 12th. Heather says January. Oh, I've got all kinds of different comments coming in now. So Shelly says January 20th. I've got March 5th. Yeah, that would be after today. So it's got to be before today. So I got March 1st. So all kinds of different people guessing. And I'm going to make sure I have a little Post-it note here. When I had last year, it was like a stack of Happy Mail that I sent out. So I did the Post-it notes so that I would have them on there. So what I'm going to do, I don't think I can do it on here the same way. Oh, maybe I can. So a few more guesses. We've got March 1st, January 1st, February 10th, February 14th. I see a lot of people make it February 21st. Laura, are you guessing twice? You can't guess twice. So Melissa says 125. Oh, hey there, Jet says 22. So if you've ever built a Facebook page, and if you've ever started a Facebook page, it takes a little bit of time. I actually just talked with somebody today. She said it took her about 2 weeks to get it all set up, to get all the information in there and everything. So let me go ahead and scroll back, and I will tell you the date that I guess I could count as the date that I started my page, but I consider 3/3 the day that I started on Facebook Live, actually starting inviting people to my page. And then we will get to day 3, and I actually have a couple of other challenge prizes to give away for day 2 from yesterday. So let me see if Laura's list, sorry, it's fine. So I'm going to see if I can just scroll and go back up and see wherever my mouse lands to the person who guessed, and then I will tell you the date that I actually started putting information here on my page. So let me see if this will work. Okay, so Heather Schatzman, you are at the top of the list when I just kind of did my little scroll thing, and she guessed January 5th. So from January 5th to March 3rd, she thought it almost took me like 2 months to put my Facebook page together. So Heather, I do not have your address to send you this prize pack. So if you can send me a message either here or since we are friends on Facebook, you can send it to my personal profile and I'll get it either way there. So you can congratulate Heather too, because I'm going to send her out this little prize pack. I do have a Happy Mail list, not to go too far off on a tangent. This video will probably be a little bit longer than my 35-minute videos I've been doing this week, but I do have a Happy Mail list. If you want to be on my Happy Mail list, because I'm going to get ready to send out just some random Happy Mail, just put Happy List in the comments there, and then I will put the link inside the list here and be able to get you on that Happy Mail list. I have some people that got on there last month, and I sent out, I don't know, 10, 15 pieces of Happy Mail. I'm going to send out a couple of Happy Mail. So if you want on that Happy Mail list, you're not already on there, just type Happy Mail list in the comments there. So I have some other things to give away because these are not physical packages, but yesterday we talked about rest. So tell me in the comments, type yes if you watched yesterday, whether you watched the live or the replay, type yes in there so I know who was on. And if you are part of this event, this 6-day event, it's a 6-series event for creative business owners basics. And it is 6 videos about some of the basic things that you need to run a creative business. And yesterday day 1, we talked about community, and there was a challenge in there. Day 2, we talked about rest. And if you are registered inside the event, which you can go to the event tab here on my Creations of Studio 39 page, you can go to that event and you can register. And what that does is it puts you into a chat group. Like on Messenger, there's a chat group. Go ahead and tell me if you're in the chat. Like just put chat in the comments and type chat. Because I will tell you what, it's turned into this very chatty little group. And I say that in an awesome way because they have become this little group that are there supporting each other and giving each other ideas and, above and beyond the challenges that I'm giving to them. So I see, yes, and Loretta put the hashtag, which we're going to use again today, hashtag CBOB for the Creative Business Owner Basics. So that's what that hashtag there stands for. And I'll tell you what, I haven't mentioned this on the other couple of days, but if you know anyone who is a creative business owner or wants to be, go ahead and invite them to this video. You can type their name or you can invite them to that event and then they can get in that chat group too. I see Cherry saying, Laura put an exclamation point. She's in that chat there too. So, Linda says she's in there, but she just hasn't commented yet. That's fine. That's fine. So there are people who are in there and they are doing the challenges each day. So yesterday was actually a very simple challenge. And it was to list out 5 ways that you can rest without sleeping. So they use the hashtag, they put the 5 things in there, and I have picked 2 people. The first day we picked 1 person, the second day we picked 2 people. Pick 2 people to get what I call an emergency checklist. So these 2 people will get that and it'll explain it a little bit more. And here's a little piece of information for you that I haven't shared with you this week. The prizes that I'm giving away during the week are going to be inside of my Create course that I'm going to tell you about that I'm going to open next week. So you might be one of the people who gets the prize, but you could also get these things that I'm offering as prizes inside that course next week. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But the emergency checklist is something that I learned from a mentor a couple of years ago. And the 2 people that I picked were 2 people that did the challenge inside of this chat. And I just randomly picked. I didn't go through and choose somebody who had the best answers or anything like that. But the 2 people that I picked, and I believe that I have both of their email addresses because I'm going to email this to you. But it is Yvonne Cubbage Miller. I don't know if that's how you say your last name, Yvonne. I don't know if she's on here live today. And then also Tamara Gadberry. So those are the 2 people that are going to get the emergency checklist, and you'll have to get into the Create course to find out more about that. But it goes along with what I was teaching yesterday about rest. So, hey, I see Tammy popping on. There's Susan. Oh, an Easter egg. Yes, I guess you could kind of call it that. So today I want to talk to you about energy. And you tell me what you think of when you think of energy, because I might be going off on a whole different place than you think of energy, but I'm going to ask you a couple of questions today. But tell me like what you think of when you think of energy. Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind related to a creative business? Let's at least kind of keep it like focused on that. Christy, I see her saying congratulations. She won the day one prize, which I'm still going to get to you, Christy. So energy is definitely what I don't have, Tamara says. Oh my goodness. Feeling like doing things that I don't have enough of it. You guys are awesome. A power supply. So tell me, like, in relation to a business, like, what do you think about like energy? Valerie says the vibe, positivity, enthusiasm. Here, Terry says the ability to be active in whatever you're doing, staying focused. Ooh, Terry, you're good, because that leads right to what I wanted to talk about. Energy. So when I think of energy, I thought of this quote. And let me ask you a couple of questions first before I get too far in, because day one was about community. That was pretty easy to talk about. Day two, rest. That's pretty easy to talk about. I'm going to talk about energy today, and I'm going to ask, do I have your permission to be honest with you today? Like, we're on day three. Do I have your permission to be like really, really honest with you today? Do I have your permission? You can type yes in the comments. Do I have your permission to maybe even challenge you a little bit? Maybe even challenge you just a little bit? Even more so than the community and the rest challenge that I gave to you? You guys are saying yes. This is the third question, though. Do I have your permission to call you out on your BS? Are you guys going to say yes to that? But wait, you're probably thinking something different than the BS that I'm thinking. Do I have your permission to call you out on your belief system? Your belief system. We all have them. We all have stories that we tell ourselves. We all have stories that we tell ourselves. And you may have heard this term before. Tell me if you have ever heard the term of a limiting belief. A limiting belief. Have you heard that term before? Where Heather says, please, because I want to grow. So she knows that you got to have somebody like being honest with you, right? So Christy put this little emoji there. So have you heard of a limiting belief? Go ahead and type yes in the comments there so that I know. This might just be a term that I'm kind of around and heard. So, hey there, Mandy. Mandy says no, she's never heard of it. Heather says yes. Susan says no. So, well, that if you haven't, that's fine, because I'm going to tell you my definition of what I think a limiting belief is. And I'm going to get back to the energy and what Terry said about your focus and things like that. So I'll get back to that. So a limiting belief is basically a story that we tell ourselves that holds us back from showing up as the person that we need to be to serve the people that we need to serve. Somebody can type that in the comments if you want. I have it written down here, but I just said it probably a different way than I even just wrote it down. A limiting belief is basically a story that we tell ourselves that holds us back from being the person that we need to be to show up for the people that we need to serve. So I think I might have said it a little bit better that way. So Linda says, oh man, I definitely have that. Tamara said, I never thought of myself as a preacher. Okay. So yes, Loretta says we were talking about that a little bit in our chats. Limiting beliefs, keep and lack. Yes. That chat, I'm telling you what, you need to get over there, because they're just chatting it all up, and it was exactly leading right into what I wanted to talk about today. So, oh, hey there, Sylvia. That's okay. That's okay. So a limiting belief is just a story. It's a story that we tell ourselves that holds us back from the person that we need to show up to be to serve the people that we need to serve. So you've shown up here either because you have a business, or you are thinking about having a business, or you dream about having a business, maybe like me 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, where you're in a job that you are not fulfilled, you're not using your gifts, you are slowly just, I'm really, if I mean, I have said this too, it was kind of sucking the life out of me because it wasn't lined up, it wasn't aligned with who I was. So that might be one of those 3 reasons. I think that just about includes everybody, a lot of people. You're showing up here because you have, you know who you're supposed to serve. You, or at least you have a pretty good idea. You know that you're unique. Like, we're all unique. You're probably showing up here because you're a visual person. I mean, all you have to do is like look at people and know we're unique in just the way that we look. We all look different, right? So a limiting belief is just keeping you from showing up to be the person that you already are, to serve the people that you already know that you want to serve. So I want to tell you a little story. So 2 years ago, on March 3rd, it was already starting to become apparent that something was going on that we had never experienced before, right? We started to hear about things. I'm trying to think, the first Italy, I was kind of hearing a little bit about, and I remember this week 2 years ago that there were starting to be some things that we had never heard about this pandemic, this idea of things being closed up. And I remember after that happened, we thought that it was going to last a week, 2 weeks, I don't know, a few weeks. And I remember when I started doing Facebook Lives, because we were inside, we couldn't go anywhere. I didn't really know where that was going to lead. I didn't really know, but that was the only thing I could do. I decided to start this business. It was the only thing that I could do. And I am going to talk to you a little bit about Facebook Live. So stick around for that. And I'm going to give you a little challenge. Take a breath. It's not going to be difficult. It's not going to have to do with a Facebook Live. So you can, but I am going to give you some tips. I am going to give you some things about a Facebook Live, but I want to share this story with you. So I started doing these live videos, and if you started watching, if you watched the Monday video that I did, it was about my subscription boxes, and I kind of went through that story. You can go back onto my page and watch that video and get a little backstory about that. But what happened was I did start that subscription box part of my business. I just see it as like one part. And I started showing up, and I was doing the videos in the group, and I, doing all of these different things. And I think it was about 6 months or so in, I did a live video here out on my page, and I invited a couple people to interview them. So it was on Zoom, and with Zoom, you can broadcast out onto your business page. So I invited a few people. They were on Zoom, and then I said, okay, now we're going to go live. It's going to be onto my page. And I was asking them questions about how was being in that group, that community, that group of people, how was that changing them? How did it change? Like, what had they learned? Like, how are they a different person now because of this group, this online community that I had formed because I had started doing those live videos. It was a direct result of doing those live videos. And one of the people that showed up said, and I didn't know that this was a reason, this was something that this person felt. And this person said, if Jamie would not have started that group, that online community, I'm going to get just like a little choked up. If she would not have started that online community during that time, which she meant during the pandemic, she was isolated. There was no family around. She was hundreds of miles away from her family. She couldn't go out. None of us could go out. She said, if Jamie wouldn't have started that community during that time, I don't know what I would have done. And that was the first time that I kind of really realized how important that community was, because I started doing those live videos. And by the way, that anniversary is coming up on April 1st. There will be another celebration. So you can tune back in about a month or so ago for another celebration, or, a month from now. So I understood that by forming that community, it was something that was really needed. Now let me tell you who that person was. You guys, it was my mom. She had never said that. She had never told me. I just thought that she liked being in the community because she liked doing the creative stuff, and she liked getting the subscription box in the mail showing up at her door. It was so much more. I did not know at the time that I started my videos and how that would result in me doing the subscription box that then resulted in my mom having this community of people that she needed. She needed during that time period. I told you that I was going to ask you permission to be real with you today and call you out on some of your belief system, your BS, right? So I'm not going to probably read your comments over there because I'm already getting a little emotional, and this has been like over a year ago. So I want you to tell me, and you can just type yes or no. Have you ever done a Facebook Live video? You can just type yes or no. It's fine either way. If you have a creative business and you're online, you probably understand how important it is to do a Facebook Live video. You can type yes or no. Do you realize like how important that is? Because in order for people to come into your world, to get to know you, to get to like you, and then to get to trust you, and then become a customer, a client, they need to get to know you. And online, the best way to do that is by video. All of you that are on this video, the way that you've gotten to know me, for the most part, I've met some of you in person. You've gotten to know me by me doing these videos. So we talked about that limiting belief is just a story that you tell yourself that's keeping you, holding you back from being the person that you need to be to show up for the people that you need to serve. Yes, it's sometimes scary to do a Facebook Live. Yes, there are moments sometimes when I still, 2 years later, feel like that anxiety, and I have doubts and I have fears, and you're going to have all of those things. But what the difference is the story that you tell yourself about what you're going to do about it and why. So I started showing up really because it was the only thing that I could do to connect with people, which is what we talked about with community, to connect with people when we're all just like inside, when we can't do anything else. But what it led to was me helping my mom during that time period that I didn't know at the time, how long we were going to be inside, like any of that. Do you think that it was worth me going live that very first time if the only person that it helps is the one person that showed up to watch my videos, and it was my mom? Yes. She was the only person that ever showed up, and she was the person that I helped by showing up and serving her. Yes. It is worth me getting past that belief. And that's a nice way to say to get over yourself. To get past that belief that you're afraid, that you can't, that all of those limiting beliefs that you can't show up because you're afraid of not being perfect. I told you that I was going to call you out on that belief system a little bit. There is no perfection. I don't want perfection. Most people right now that are online, they want real and they want authentic and they want real people. And that's part of why I show up I've shown up in my ball cap, no makeup before, because I've said that I would at a certain time. And I told myself that I was going to show up because I know the story that I tell myself is if I show up, I might be helping somebody. And that person that I might be helping is my mom, or maybe my aunt, or maybe my cousin, or maybe my online creative friends. Like tell me if any part of this story is just kind of like hitting you right in the forehead. Tell me if any part of this story is you're hearing your limiting beliefs. Tell me if there's any part of this that you realize that maybe you might need to change the story that you tell yourself. The story that you tell yourself that you can't, that it's too hard. And let me just stop there for just a second because Laura says right in the forehead. So the very first time that I went live, I have my little stand over there. The very first time that I went live, my camera fell over. My phone fell over because I have this like case on it, and this case that goes around, it was too heavy and it like fell over on me. Whatever, I just picked it up and I kept going. I've had all kinds of things that weren't perfect happen when I went live. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you are any person that I've connected with, that I know you in any way online or you've messaged me, and if you have ever said that tech is too hard, I'm going to call you out on that. I don't think that I can go live in 2 different places, but I just want to show you that tech is not hard. It's not hard. If you have a business page, you probably know on your phone how to go to your business page. That's not hard. When you go to your page, you probably know how to make a post. That's not hard. It actually says post right there. So I click post with my finger. That's not hard. And then I come up with a list there and it says live video. I don't know if you can, it just says it right there. That's not hard. And then all I would need to do is press the live video and it comes up with the screen. And I don't think that it'll let me go live here with StreamYard and do another live. But basically for me to go live, all I have to do is press the button that says go live. Tech is not hard. That right there is tech. We live with tech all day long. If you have a phone, you know how to use tech. I told you I was just going to be like completely honest with you today. It drives me bananas when I have a creative friend who tells me tech is too hard. Or even worse, I hate tech. I'm not good at tech. There is some kind of lie out there that somebody has told creative people that we can't do tech because we're creative. That is a lie. It might be more challenging, yes, because we're creative, but it's not hard. It might be more challenging. So I'm going to give you something to write down. Yesterday, I asked you to write down a couple words. Today, I just want you to write down one word. I know Loretta told me, I love that. Technology is our friend. It is, because that's how I've connected with a bunch of people during this past couple of years. So I want you to write down this word, and maybe this will help with the story that you tell yourself that you can't do tech. Are you ready? The word is yet. You can say, I can't do tech yet. I haven't figured out tech yet. I'm trying to think of like another phrase that you can put yet after. When you put, oh, hey there, I see Leah showing up. So I don't know what Mandy was. I'm going to come back to your comments. If you've noticed, I've been trying to come back to all of the comments after the video. So I will come back to them and I will look at those there. So, Jet says we use it as an excuse. An excuse is really just a story. It's just a story that we tell ourselves that we're afraid and that we don't have the courage to try something that we've never tried before. It's just an excuse. So, yes. So when you put the word yet after it, do you know what that does? That changes your brain. So your brain is very powerful and it will help you to solve problems that you have. It will. I never gave you that quote that I was going to tell you about. So, and I'm going to do like a little exercise before we kind of like wrap it up here. And I'm going to tell you your challenge. You want to participate in the challenge. Remember, you got to register for this 6 series in the event. I'll put the event link in here and just put register if you still need to do that and you don't know what I'm talking about and you're not in the chat yet, because it's very active over there, and that's where I'm putting the challenges if you want to participate in this challenge today. So here is the quote, and you can write this one down too. This is a Tony Robbins quote, and I might have changed it just a little bit by one word. And I'm gonna prove this to you with a little exercise too. I want you to write down. So it's a Tony Robbins quote, and he said, "Energy," right? Because today we're talking about energy. Energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. All right. So energy flows where attention goes. So I just changed that just a little bit, and I said, energy flows where your focus goes. What are you focusing on when you say, I can't do anything? Like, what? You can put anything after that. I can't do tech. I can't go live. I can't whatever. What are you focusing on? You're focusing on something that you have a story that you can't do, that you don't have the courage, that you're telling yourself a story about how it's not possible. And you just need to flip that a little bit. And by saying the word yet, it tells your brain to open up to the possibility that there could be ways that you can. So try that by just putting the word yet after something and see if that doesn't make you feel a little bit lighter, a little bit more open to possibilities, that there is a way to figure out how to do the tech. It may be challenging, but other people have done it. You can figure it out too. Like, you've probably shown up here because you've seen that I've figured out some things and you want to know how I figured them out. Well, use that, what I've accomplished to know that it can be done. It is possible. So just try putting the word yet after it. So I want to give you just a quick little example of energy flows where your focus grows. All right. So I'm going to ask you to do a little exercise. If you're driving, this might be a little bit harder to do, but little exercise. All right. So I'm going to give you like 30 seconds. So I'm just going to do it kind of like quick. And wherever you are, I want you to look around the room and I want you to look for all of the blue things. Are you ready? Go. Look for blue, look for blue. I want you to look for blue. Just like look for blue everywhere. Like look for blue, see all the blue things, like look for all of the blue things and look for all of the blue anywhere that you see in the room and look for blue and blue. You just want to look for like all of the blue things. Okay, now stop. How many blue things did you see? How many blue things did you see? Just type the number of blue things that you saw. Just go ahead and type the number of blue things. I'm going to take a drink. Loretta, I love that. I can learn tech like a boss. I'm going to start putting that after things. I love that. Leah says, to say I'm not good at tech means I don't have to be perfect. Yeah. So, I see Terry popping on here. So I see people saying 7, 8 things, 6. Oh, Susan saw 16 things. That's awesome. How many? 14, 3 dozen. That's awesome. So your energy, all of your energy went to looking for blue things, right? Now I want you to spend, I'm going to give you I think I only gave you like 10 seconds. I want you to look around the room and just notice and see, are there any red things in the room? Go ahead and look around and see, are there any red things? Are there any red things like around the room? Do you see any red things? Look for all the like different red things that are in your room. Like I'm looking, I see like some different red things. So just look for like anything that's red. So I want to ask you, were those red things there before? Were the red things the blue? They were. You just didn't notice them because they were not what you were focused on. Your energy was going towards looking for the blue things. So you were focused on the blue things. You were focused on the blue things, and that's where your energy went to. So energy flows where your focus grows. Energy flows. My mom just brought me a tea from Chick-fil-A. That's what I stopped here doing. So hey there, Julian. Oh, yeah, right. Mandy, red was always there, right? But because you were focused, kept your blinders on, I was telling you just to look for blue things, you didn't notice the red. So lots of things about energy. And I will just say that inside the Create course, I'm going to tell you more about that I'm opening up next week. I'm going to teach you about those limiting beliefs and how to just get rid of those. I gave you that little tip of just using the word yet. Sometimes that helps, but we're going to go deeper than that about the limiting beliefs. I'm going to show you some more things about the Facebook Lives, if that is something that is holding you back. I'm going to show you more of the tech and things like that. So I'll tell you more about the course, but are you ready for the challenge? The first part of the challenge is in the chat here. I want you to go ahead and put what your takeaway is from today. what is your takeaway? And I know yesterday people were making it really easy for me to see because they put takeaway in the front and they said my takeaway is. So that made it really easy for me to see those. So what is your takeaway from today about energy? What is your takeaway? What is maybe like some aha moment that you got? Maybe some kind of clarification about something that you just got some clarity about. Now, this is what I need to do. This is what I can do. What is it? Something that you're going to take away from something that you're going to, you're talking about. I'll tell her when I get off the video and we'll ask her about that, Loretta. So, Chrissy says she loves Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I don't have it very often either. So tell me your takeaway for today. And the second part of the challenge, you do have to register for this 6-part series. You do have to get inside that chat to be able to put the what I'm going to ask you to do here for the challenge. And I will pick 3 people tomorrow. And I don't know how many different people on here already have this. Oh, now I see all your comments pop up. If you already have this, we'll figure out something. But anyway, I'm going to pick 3 people tomorrow that do this challenge, write in their takeaway, and then inside the chat, what I would like for you to do is to go live inside that chat. And yes, it is possible. Yes, I did figure it out that you can do that. So I'm going to pull up the chat and show you. Here, they're like still talking in here. There's like 13 messages. So there is a little camera button right there. So inside the chat, when you're in there, you'll press the little camera button. And when you slide this over at the bottom here, you can do a video. So inside the chat, if you're already in there, it's a pretty small little group of people. And I want you to just do a 30-second little video. 30 seconds. You can do 30 seconds. I just want you to say your name, where you live, and how you feel. Just your name, where you live, and how you feel. It probably won't even take you 30 seconds. And I just want you to do a quick little video in there. And I just want you to go live and do the little video inside there and just put it inside that chat. So your challenge is to do a takeaway, and then you're going to do a live, your name, where you live, and just how you feel. Hi, my name is Jamie. I live in Ohio, and I feel awesome today. Whatever you want to say. So your name, where you live, and how you feel. Just, you can say, I'm scared. I'm, anxious. I'm whatever it is because you're going live. I don't know. So that is the challenge for today. And what I'm going to give away tomorrow to 3 people, I have started developing daily posts that you have probably noticed on my page. And they will be posts that you can put onto your business page for content to be able to engage with your followers. So I'm going to give away to 3 people my entire set from March. I do know that it's March 3rd, so we're already in March, but you can use all of the posts and you can spread them out during the month. But I will send those to you. I have been doing those for a couple of months, and coming ahead will be a way for creative business owners to be able to have those every single month. So that is what I'm going to give away if you do the challenge. So if you do the challenge of writing your takeaway, which most people already did, and then you do the video inside of the chat. And Mandy says, should we use the hashtag? Yes, because now that has become a thing. And I'm going to give credit. My husband is the one who came up with the CBOB, because I don't know. I just remember things better when they're an acronym. So we were thinking, I was like, he said we can call it CBOB, for short. So hashtag CBOB3 for day 3 when you do your video. I don't know positively when you do the video if you can label it and so I'll be able to tell because it's going to be a video inside there. So, but yes. So, Christy, the CBOB 3, if you just want to put that in there, then we'll see it in there. But I'll notice the videos easier. I did have more people participate in the challenge yesterday than I had the day before. So I'm excited to be able to see just your 30-second little video, your name, where you live, and how you feel. So, and I will leave you. Oh, Jet says her heart is racing. Jet, we're all friends inside the little chat there. You've all been talking. You've been sharing about who you spoke with and how good that felt. And we're all friends in there. So it'll be fine. So, and then once you hit live and once you go in there and and then it's done. And then you can say that you've done that. So inside the Create course, I will tell you a little bit more about how to get past that limiting belief, how to not have your heart race, and those kinds of things. So, and how to really make that work for you. So I will do that inside the Create course. So Heather's being all encouraging over here, and she's like, "You got this." Love that. So I will leave you with this. I've been saying this quote this week, that you get to decide that you can create the life you love, because you can. And I'm going to add this today, if you believe it. You can decide to create a life you love, because you can if you believe it. Because we talked about the BS today, your belief system. So I'm going to be back at 3:00 tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to talk about probably a topic that I could talk about for way longer than 35 to 40 minutes. We're going to talk about your AM routine. And I'm going to give you some things that I've been doing that have tremendously helped me in my business. So hope that I see you back tomorrow at 3:00.